This is Task 4 of the British-Italian Nationals 2025. Takeoff was at Monte Cucco North and the task took us immediately over the back of the ridge, across to Gubbio, northwest to Mocciana, then back to the goldfield near Sigillo. Task distance was 37.8 kilometres and confidence was high for a great task. Unfortunately, a very early mistake cost me dearly and I had the shortest flight of the week. Takeoff was again into rough air at the front of the ridge. I spent a good 10 minutes below takeoff along with several other gliders in sports class. Eventually I found a slow climb which took me up to about 5,000 feet a few minutes after the start gate opened. Three or four other sports class pilots had done better in the lift and started the task quite a few hundred feet above me and left the ridge very soon after the start gate. I decided to chase them even though I was starting from a lower position and hoped to see them catching lift in front of me. This was a big mistake. By starting lower I flew right into the sinking air directly behind the ridge and arrived at the valley at less than 1,500 feet above the ground. I found some not so sinky air just behind the goal landing field, but I was still very slowly going down. Looking at the tracks afterwards, the other pilots had caught excellent lift right at this point, but I had arrived too low and too late to catch it. I flew along the ridge hoping to find some lift over the town of Cario, but this was not to be. I probably should have flown closer to the ridge to increase my chances of finding a thermal, but by now I was looking for landing options. flew down the task line and found a large ploughed field where I could land upslope and into wind. My best landing of the week, but I was disappointed in my flight as I watched the other sports gliders fly high over my head as I de-rigged. Five gliders made it to goal, and a sixth was only a few kilometres short, so it was a high-scoring day. My flight was only 6.4 kilometres, so didn't get many points, and dropped from my earlier 4th place in the competition to 8th.